Hey guys, Trader Nap here, going to go through anatomy of a trade. This is a trade I took yesterday on HBI, that's Haynes Brands Inc. So this one started out when I saw all this flow going on here yesterday. I saw all these 13s, nothing but bullish. I did not look at 713, but I left it on there just to show that people really were on top of this even further back. I did not go with this expiration, I did go with this strike. Uh, this is what I saw up front. When I saw this, I decided to look into making the trade. So here's where it was at that time frame. So HBI I got into approximately around 10 o'clock in the morning. Let's just assume I bought at the top. So let's assume I bought right here, uh, getting those $13 calls. Right around 12:20. Because I saw this giant volume, this told me something right there, that there was a dip. It touched the 200. My red is 200. This orange is VWAP, and blue is the 34 EMA. But I just refer to it as 34. So the 34, it crossed under. The VWAP, it crossed under, and then it just bounced really hard because look at the volume here in the morning. You opened kind of not so high, and then kind of low morning, and then hello, there's a giant candle and giant volume push up. And all of a sudden everything flipped. All my indicators flipped green. All of a sudden everything keeps pushing green. So I bought in. I saw it came down, bounced on VWAP, thought it was fine. Saw it dipped under 34, thought it was fine. Saw again, kept going throughout the day, just kind of waffling around, but I didn't get a vibe that it was going to tank because look at the volume here. It's all tiny all day long, right? Right around here, I bought another one because I saw the 200 was coming up and I was like, this is do or die. So I was watching really heavy right here. This was the biggest point for me was watching it not even touch the VWAP here. But then what happened? Everything just started turning green. Everything went green and it just pushed. And so by here, I think I was still down money because I bought at a bad time, to be honest. I bought it at a premium that probably would have been about what it would have been right about here, even though I bought at 12.20. But that's because I bought same week contract. So overnight, it just exploded. And they had analyst upgrades. And so right about yay, about 14 something from 12 something, this is when I exited. Um, I don't care about what happened right here. I don't care that it very possibly could keep going. The 200's coming up. It could do the same thing again. It could go to I don't know what. It could go to infinity for all I know. I mean, this is incredibly bullish on a one-day perspective. That being said, that was how the trade went on that one. I did not see a lot of tests of VWAP. I did not see it go under VWAP for very long. Those are kind of my keys. If it goes under the VWAP and stays there, I will watch and then I might exit. So for example, on Apple today, let me get back to Apple today. So for Apple right now, I saw Apple, I got in on Apple. I wanted to be in on this one. I saw passing through the VWAP, all the MAs are squished together. Um, but then all of a sudden it tested under and I kind of got out there because it was too close. Or I did here, one or the other. I got out one of these times because it stayed under for an extended amount of time and kind of kept going. And this is kind of a big move to go from 395 to 393 to me. If it had gone back up like this and then stayed above, because sometimes stocks do that, they go under and fake it, right? So even though the candles look like this, and these are Heikin-Ashi candles, even though the candles look like this, you might see a drop here and then kind of stay there, and then kind of stay there. People get nervous, go, shit, I need to cut, and it comes back up, right? But then on this last one, and I didn't feel good about this. And then you see how the volume kept going down? And then what happens? Almost like the volume has its own trend line, all of a sudden the volume explodes. And what happens? I'd already cut, so I'm not waiting for $5 lower on a drop. Now, could this recover? Potentially. But when I see the MAs and the VWAP above the price, that's danger zone. That's right here. That's kind of why I cut here. I think that's when it was. Because when you have all these three together, when you have a 200 MA, a 34 MA, and VWAP above the price, that's kind of it to me. If it stays there, that like if this stayed here, I could have seen that drop happening there, just as much as happening here. So Apple right now is permanently bullish to me until it changes again. It could change in the afternoon because Apple moves really fast, but I'm not staying in that trade and I cut it. So this is how it works for me. If I see VWAP tested and bounce, it looks good if I'm looking for a call. If I see VWAP tested and break, that's either cut depending on my comfort level or exit the trade. There's really no other way about it. 34 is good for the test because sometimes what you'll see when there's an upward move is you'll see it test exactly on the 34 and then just skyrocket. So for example, if you were in some kind of a trade here and you got in around 394.55 and you got out 395.62, that's not bad to have $1 in a minute. Would I have done it? No, because I take my trades for at least 5 or 10 minutes. I try not to do 30-second trades, even though I love fast trades. So that's it. Now on HBI, for example, if this keeps going this way and I see this 200 cross up here and it goes down, that's going to reverse a lot of this going on. Now, I would not still be in that trade at this point. This is enough. A big pump overnight, a big pump during the day. Could they hit $15, $20? Yes. Are they just starting to turn bullish? Yes. But it's enough.